It is said that, long ago, in a simple and quiet village, there was an elderly woman known for her wisdom. People called her Grandma Helena, and many young ones, troubled with doubts and anxiety, would sit around her small wooden porch to hear her stories. One afternoon, as the sun was setting behind the mountains and the wind carried the scent of wet soil, a young man approached with a heavy heart. "Grandma Helena, I can't stop thinking about what I did wrong in the past, and at the same time, I'm afraid of what might happen in the future. My mind never rests. I live like someone running with no destination." The old woman smiled with that deep gaze of someone who sees beyond words, and she said, "Sit down, my child. I'll tell you a story I learned when I was your age." The young man sat, and everyone else around fell silent, eager to listen. The impatient farmer. Once, there was a farmer who owned a fertile field. He had inherited the land from his father, but he was constantly tormented. He looked back and regretted the time wasted, remembering the seeds he had thrown away in previous years. He thought, "If only I had chosen better, today I would be harvesting sweeter fruits." And when he looked ahead, fear consumed him. What if a drought comes in the future? What if pests destroy everything? Perhaps I will never have a decent harvest. And so, trapped between guilt from the past and fear of the future, the farmer sowed without joy. His hands trembled as he cast the seeds, his heart raced, and his eyes were always distant. The neighbors who observed him noticed that his plants grew weak, twisted, and dry. The problem was not the land nor the seed, but the way he cared for his present. One day, an old traveler passed through the village and, seeing the farmer's anguish, said, "My young man, what you reap today is the fruit of what you planted yesterday, and what you will reap tomorrow depends on what you plant now. You cannot go back and change the old seeds. They have already grown as they grew. Nor can you control the winds of tomorrow, but you can, indeed, choose to plant today with wisdom and peace." The farmer then realized he was wasting energy on things he could not change or foresee. He decided to breathe deeply, trust in time, and care only for what was within his reach that day. He began watering each plant calmly, pulling weeds with patience and smiling as he worked. The sun seemed to shine brighter, the seeds responded to his care, and over time, his harvest was abundant. When Grandma Helena finished the story, she paused. The wind stirred her simple clothes, and she seemed even wiser. Then she said to the young man and to the others listening, "My dear ones, life is like that field. Many of you torment yourselves with past mistakes, forgetting that no tears can undo what has already been done. The past is already plowed soil. It cannot be changed. Others live anxious about tomorrow, wanting to control what has not even been born yet. The future is like the rain. It may come sooner or later, but it never depends on our hands." She looked into the young man's eyes and continued, "The only land you can truly care for is the present. Today is the day you plant. Today is when you choose whether to sow seeds of kindness or bitterness, gratitude or complaint, peace or restlessness. Whoever lives the now with wisdom is shaping, without even realizing it, a lighter tomorrow." The young man wiped his eyes, for he had never thought that way. "So, Grandma Helena, the secret is to take care of the present?" "Exactly," she replied with tenderness. "If you live today with serenity, you will be building a tomorrow full of sweet fruits, and when the future arrives, it will simply be the result of what you sowed now." And so, the grandmother concluded her lesson. You live today what you planted in the past. You will live in the future what you plant in the present. Do not fight against what is already past, nor torment yourself over what has not yet arrived. The only time God has given you to work is the now. And if the now is cared for with faith, patience, and love, no anxiety will ever steal your peace. The young ones remained silent, each reflecting in their hearts. And the anxious young man, for the first time in a long while, took a deep breath, felt the weight leave his shoulders, and smiled. This is the message. We cannot control the past or the future, but we can choose, in the present, to plant wisdom, peace, and gratitude. Whoever learns this does not live enslaved by anxiety, but is a friend of time.